Our top sales reps, I'm just going to give you two. There's a lot of guys that are producing a lot, so I hate leaving people out. But the top two sales reps right now are Zach Crotty and Julian Gomez. And what they do is very similar to each other. They both do it in different ways, but it just breaks down to discipline. They each have a routine. They each have habits they follow every single day. And I know their schedule because they do it every day, so I literally know if they're doing it all hours. Zach Crotty, they wake up at like, him and Denver will wake up at 4 or 5 in the morning. They go to jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and then they work out after they go to jiu-jitsu. Then they eat their breakfast, they get ready for the meeting. So they've already done a ton before most people have even woken up. So their energy is now high because energy creates energy. So their energy is high. They've already had a huge win in the morning. And then all throughout the day, they just set their guidelines that, hey, I'm working 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Like, these are the hours I work and I'm going to be productive the entire time. So they don't make excuses. They don't let cancellations or issues. A lot of people let issues that pop up. It's another big thing. They'll let issues pop up, destroy their day or destroy their week. I never hear either of these guys complaining about anything going wrong. They try to find solutions for it, but at the end of the day, they're not going to complain or let it dictate what they do because they realize that's not going to solve the problem. They got to keep moving forward. And the best way to really solve any issue is by hitting the next door. And then they usually go to bed at a good hour too, but that's not always the case. Julian, when he dialed in and started, has $100,000 a month last month and is on pace for like $120,000 a month this month. His routine is pretty simple. He got up early. He did some Wim Hof meditation. He wrote down his goals, some gratitude, some targets for the day. He thought about what he had to sacrifice in order to get there, like things he had to give up. Like, he couldn't go out partying multiple times in a week. He couldn't really go out drinking a lot. Like, there's things he had to sacrifice in order to get the income he desired. And he just made that plan ahead of time. He set the guidelines and he stuck to them. And then he just worked again from 9 a.m. to I think about 10 p.m. So he just created that schedule and said, no matter what, like, I'm going to work these hours. And on the very last day of the month, the very last day, I think about 10 o'clock at night, he hit $103,000 of commission that month. The similar trait between both them is having a good morning schedule, a good routine, and then having guidelines for your working days. Like, treating each day is, even though you can make your own schedule in this job, that's the beautiful thing. We're free to do what we want. And I'm not here to micromanage anyone. Nobody here micromanages anyone in this company. Like, I can't want your success more than you want it. But with that freedom comes a lot of responsibility for you to curate and cultivate your own schedule to hit the goals you want. You just got to figure out your systems and your process. We present a really easy roadmap for people to understand what they need to do to make that kind of money. And all the guys we have here are excellent trainers. So when people come in here, they're going to find a lot of success in multiple areas, not only in the business, but finance, professional, fitness, all these different areas. Like, that's some of the big benefits you get about coming to work for Spartan Solar, besides all the money, because the money's great, but it's more important what you become in the process, not what you make.